You know when you look at a little kid and think to yourself, yeah, this little dude is definitely going to end up in jail. I mean, he's already hitting his parents, swearing, defecating on the floor. Sometimes you can get the same feeling about a movie. You can tell that the following movies are going to be as awesome as the first ones. And this is what we're doing today. We're talking about movies that have the potential to become great trilogies. Dune. The second movie is a major improvement over the first one. It expanded the world a lot more. If you want to hear me talk about it more, I made a previous video about that already. But there's only two ways this series can go. Either Paul takes over the world and dies the most powerful man in the galaxy, or he doesn't. Regardless, that's not what these movies are about. They're not Marvel movies. They're not about if the main character wins or doesn't. The real importance of those movies is really about the message, the characters, and the themes it explores. The action and the aesthetics are a bonus to the movies. I also think that Dune is one of the very few movies that explores themes of religion and political power in this day and age. Most blockbuster movies, all they do is really pit antagonists against protagonists, and then they fight to the death and someone wins. Blade Runner. Although I don't know what a third movie could be about, the first two were so good that I have faith that a third one could definitely work. With the second movie hinting at a replicant revolution, my only worry is that the third movie would be repetitive of other sci-fi movies. Think about all the futuristic sci-fi movies with the resistance causing a revolution. The Matrix, Star Wars, Dune, Avatar, Terminator, Rebel Moon. So if the third Blade Runner movie follows the typical plot of having a resistance forming an alliance, I'm not gonna lie, but it would potentially be very boring to watch. By trying to be something that so many other movies are, it might just end up being like one of the worst things that can possibly happen. The Incredibles. The Incredibles as a trilogy can work, but I feel like it would have to be a time jump. The kids have grown up, the parents are becoming older, and the world of superheroes has gone back to its prime. A setup like this would make a third Incredible movie much more different than the first two, which is something we definitely need. The first two movies were back-to-back events. Everything that was happening in the first movie was technically still happening in the second movie, so we didn't get much of a change. And honestly, a third movie with no change would kind of suck. I know it's a kids movie, and I know that kids can watch the same thing 50 times over and over again, but a little bit of change would definitely be very nice and would definitely hint at a better future in the Incredibles world. I mean, you would have a better character arc, and you'd be able to explore completely different themes. Spider-Verse. The third Spider-Verse film cannot fail, and it won't. Kill Bill. Tarantino has already said that he's planning on making a third Kill Bill movie, but later backtracked on the idea. However, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. It would definitely be a cliche to have the daughter of Vernita come back for revenge. Maybe, just maybe, might be a boring idea, but I do think that it's interesting to have a modern take on Kill Bill. I mean, the movie is not that old, but a lot can change in 20 years. Especially since Kill Bill would be Tarantino's last movie, so he would have to go all out and make it his best movie so far. So I definitely would like a third Kill Bill movie, but realistically, it's not gonna happen. The Batman. One movie to know that the rest of them are gonna go ham. I mean, it's been told from the beginning that The Batman was just gonna be the first movie out of many, and they even said that they were going to create a whole universe with TV shows and short films. I don't think that the first movie is necessarily a masterpiece, but the point isn't to be a masterpiece. It's to be a setup. And boy, was it a setup. There's a lot of world building potential in this universe with the Penguin and the Mafia, Catwoman's backstory, Robin, and all the unexplored characters. There's many characters that have never been on the big screen or haven't been in a long time. There's Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Clayface, Deathstroke, Hush, even the Robins themselves. I mean, we haven't seen them since the 90s and they were corny as hell. My only worry about the Batman universe is that it might be a little bit held back by the fact that it's supposed to be grounded. So there's a lot of things that normally in the Batman universe can just work because he's Batman that might not work in this specific universe because it has to stay grounded. So someone like Mr. Freeze would have to have a really good explanation as to how he's able to freeze people to death. A lot of sci-fi elements might be lost. But I still think that the universe is gonna grow and become better, and it definitely has a potential to rival the Christopher Nolan trilogy. So those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think. What movies have the potential to become great trilogies? I will see you guys in the comments. Take care and thanks for watching.